I recently saw, like I'm sure many of you did, Rolly's new Airwave hand controller thing, where you're playing on the keyboard and then it's tracking the position and the various gestures of your hands to control parameters within the software. Super cool, super slick, but I was like, I swear I've seen that before or something similar, and I was like, well, why don't I try and code something myself, see if I can recreate it for free and then share it out. So let's go. All right, let's show you how it works. So it's essentially a little script. I'll go over all that, how to install this and stuff. But essentially there's this Python script that's doing some hand tracking. You can see, boop, boop. So it's got 4 values there. You've got like distance between thumb and finger, distance between thumb and pinky, and then like the rotation of each of those changes as well. So you can get some interesting like combinations there. And then essentially what's happening in here is that we've got a device that we can grab. I see mapping, and then those same details you can see down here, like those values are being sent to there. So we could add an audio effect, say let's go for an auto filter. Let's map that, like the distance, so that's going to open up the filter. And then if I map the rotation of that same finger or same line to the resonance, we can control both at the same time. Which is kind of cool. And then you've got like 2 other ones as well. You've got like the other finger, so you've got your little thing that's picking up both hands. Yeah, it'll pick up whichever's like closest to the camera, I guess. So we can map that to the rate, we can map that to the amount, and then you can get this crazy effect. Yeah, it's quite hard to control certain things. Depends what you're doing. It's really good on like multi-effects and things like plugins like Transit that have like loads of effects built in. Like having a few mapped to different things and having different kind of combinations is quite fun. So yeah, that's how it works. I'll show you some examples. All right, I can show you what's going on here. Let's just bring all the values down to 0. Yep, that's fine. And so we've got some drums. We've got some bass. There's like a bit of a sort of another bass and then like a riser. And then I've got loads of effects going on. So I've got a couple of effects on the main channel. So here on the main, get rid of that. I've got, oh, that's crazy. I've got 2, let's just do the drums for now and maybe hear it a bit easier. We've got 2 instances of Transit. Where is it? There we go. And then these are mapped to just my thumb and forefinger. In fact, actually, we'll be able to hear it on the bass. So if I move my thumb and forefinger like that, we're increasing one of them, and then if I twist it, we're getting another one to sort of really like kind of space it out as like this transition thing, or like finish the track. And then I've actually got another one on the bass and the drums, so I'll turn the drums off for a sec. So my little finger, the distance of that is changing like some like reverb on the bass, and if I put the drums on as well, in fact, if I turn the bass off, I twist it, we're getting this like sort of slide effect on the drums. So all together you can get like pretty crazy effects. Yeah, so that's that one. Okay, so that's a simple one. It's just a piano sound, so that's 0. And then the distance between my fingers adds some reverb, and then I twist that, vibrato, and then my little finger, when that comes out, that's adding like resonators and stuff. Oh, it's kind of cool. So yeah, you can get some like crazy effects that way.
No, mice or device, just decisive. Commands my vice, so when you see me free hands in the air, know the Python's the reason that the beats declare. All right, let's show you what's going on with this one. So essentially my voice is being controlled. There's an instance of, where is it? Have a look. Yeah, what we got going on. Yeah, transit here. So when I open my fingers like this, we get an instance of transit. And then when I twist them like this, we get more like chorus, I think. So yeah, you can kind of hear the chorus going on like that, which sounds pretty cool. And then if we do them both, then we get both at the same time, which is pretty cool. So, and then there's a beat thing. Essentially my little finger is controlling like the chance of the beat getting like mapped to the beat repeat. And then obviously got more effects. Chop.
Yeah, so that's a pretty fun one. All right, let's install some stuff. So you download the zip package, unzip it, and then the first thing you want to do is go and download Python. This runs on Python. If you don't have it, it won't work. So download Python, install it. Probably want to restart your computer after that, because the next thing we're going to do is install the requirements for the script that we've got, which are listed in here. You could go in and maybe like Google these and download them individually, but the easiest way to do it, if you've got the Python like package manager, which comes with Python, right click, open in terminal, or if you're on Mac, there's a similar thing that you can do. And you can go, or open in PowerShell command, whatever. And you can go pip install -r requirements.txt, and then it'll go through, install all the things it needs basically. Obviously I've already got them all because it's running and I built it. If that doesn't work, if you're struggling with that, that's probably the point at which to go and ask ChatGPT to help you along the way, or Google it or whatever, because it might just differ depending on what system you're on and all that stuff. But assuming it did work, then it's time to open the app. So here we go, it'll open like a window here, we can just minimize that, and then we can select the camera you want. I know that the camera I want is on camera 4. It mixes them around. Sometimes it opens a dud one and breaks it and crashes or whatever. Just close it if that happens, try again. It's a bit buggy and it's free. So let's give it a go, start that. Here we go. Hello, here's my hand, here's the tracking. So you can see the data there that it's putting out. So the next thing we need to do is go into Ableton and get that data into Ableton. And luckily I've built a thing to just make this kind of easy for you. So if you go in here, we've got Cooksey OSC mapping. This runs on Max for Live. If you don't have that, this probably won't work. Let me know if your mileage varies. But yeah, like the Max for Live is kind of how I've done all this. If you want to do it your own way, then fine. Bring that in. Cooksey OSC mapping, yeah, you've got to be on the user library in order to put it in, and then let's pull that onto a channel, and then we go. We've got our IP, which is our local host. Just leave that as is, unless it's not working. And then the port you want to leave as is as well, because that's what we're sending it via the script. If you want to change those, you can go into the Python script, mess around with it, do what you want. But essentially then we've got our 4 values, and we can map them to anything we want. You just click map and say we want that volume. That'll do that. If you want to unmap it, you just click that and then it's no longer mapping it. You'll notice if you've got it mapped, you can't then like, you can't then control it basically. So it doesn't say what's mapped, like I couldn't really figure that bit out, but doesn't matter. Does what it needs to. And it will map to any value as well. So it's kind of recognizes if it's like a 0 to 1 value or like a percentage value or like a frequency or whatever. It will just be the lowest point to the highest point of whatever that thing is. I haven't done any kind of like remapping or anything in terms of like where you start from minimum maximum. We could implement that later. But yeah, that's it. You've got it on there. Now you can add like your effects. say you've got your filter, whatever, map that to that, map that to that, and then you've got your little filtery doodad. And like I said, you can map, like you've got 4 values, and you can have multiple of these as well. So say you want like another one to control, use the same things to control another value. We just put it there, and then say we also want this hand distance to control the amount. We have a separate instance, and then they're both controlling different things. That's how you get it to control multiple things at the same time, is by having more than one of these things. It's just taking those. You can edit these as well, actually. If you wanted to have like that distance 1 be the same thing, then it would copy that across. This OSC mapping could be used for anything as well. Like I've just made it because there wasn't one that really worked for my purposes. So if you want to send OSC data from other places, like this is a little utility as well that you can just use. But I've just bundled it in with here because it's easy and I wanted it to work seamlessly. So that is how you install it and how you use it. So that's my little free version of the Roly Airwave hand controller. Hopefully you can use it. Hopefully it's interesting. I could go in more detail about how I built it. I used some AI tools to do some coding I'd never done before, which was kind of fun. Actually, building the hand tracking thing took probably about 10 minutes. The rest of it, like getting it working with Ableton, that was kind of the harder bit. I can go in more detail if people want. If you're interested, I'd talk about it for hours, or I can do a separate video if you like. I want to know what you want to do with it, if you're going to use it, if you have problems with it as well, that'd be great to know. And if you want more features, if you've got ideas for it or other things that we could do in a similar vein, then I would love to get involved, especially like we could do some graphic stuff. Yeah, lots of cool ideas like coming out as I was building this. So I'll see you in the next one.